In this video, we will learn how to execute SQL statements using phpMyAdmin. And as you can see, I have phpMyAdmin loaded in my local host. There are other tools that allow you to do this. I like phpMyAdmin because it comes with XAMPP. You also can execute all of these lines of code at the command line. On the left-hand side, I have the college database, and when I click on the plus sign to expand it, I will see our four tables. I will be working with the members table today. When I click on the members table, it automatically opens in the Browse tab. It shows me all of my rows. It is showing 0 to 24 out of 54 total. And this is the SQL statement that was executed. You will go to the SQL tab to execute your SQL code. Here we see a very nice little interface. That allows you to easily write the code. So we have a default select statement. Select is the most common SQL command. However, you can also use this for insert, update, delete. You can clear it. So here we have select all from members. They're setting us up with a where clause. And I will just allow the program to put the quotes in. And I will show you where it becomes an issue when you're using this for PHP. So this is our basic SQL statement, select all from members. And if I were to click the go, here it takes us into the result set. Notice up here I have some commands. Edit inline, which is right here, and edit. Edit takes us back to that dialog box, and that's where I'm going to go. Rather than selecting everything, we can determine which fields we want to display. Notice if you make a mistake, there's your error message warning. On the right-hand side, these are the columns, the field names for this table. So you don't have to guess at what they are or type them in. So if I wanted to see the first name, I can double-click the last name, the city, and the state. Now, it writes the code for you. However, I need to go in and format it a little bit because I need commas here after my field names. So what I am saying is I am saying select these four fields from members. When I click on the go, here's the result set. It's only showing me a portion of the table, so I have just queried this table. I might not want to see all of the information, I just might want to see part of it. If I click the edit link here, it will take me back to where I was in this interface here, in the SQL tab. Supposing I wanted to type in the where clause, supposing I only wanted to see the students that live in San Diego. If I start typing in, notice I get some code hinting here, and notice our SQL is uppercase. Where, and I'm going to say city, equals, and now I'm going to need double quotes because this is an exact match. Technically, if I don't put the semicolon there, it will still work, but it's a good idea to do it because you'll need it in your PHP code. So if I click go, it's showing me rows 0 to 11, 12 total. So there are 12 members who live in San Diego. One thing I would like to show you, here is a link for creating PHP code. In the future, we will be using these SQL statements in our PHP. So if I were to click that link, and in PHP, everything is going to be in quotations. And this is where these quotes can be an issue. You don't need quotes around these field names or around the table names. So it's a lot easier to use this code without them. We'll leave them in for now because I just want to show you how to use this tool. Supposing I wanted to see all the cities that have the word beach in there. We have Ocean Beach, we have Pacific Beach, and we might have another one. Rather than saying where the city is a specific value, and in our double quotes, I will put percent, my wildcard, beach, and it has to be capital B or else it's not going to work. It's a literal match. And here we have 5 matches. If we go back and edit this, supposing we want to order by, get them in alphabetical order, order by city, and here again it will run without the semicolon. Now it's ordered alphabetically. We see all of the Ocean Beach first and the Pacific Beach next. Supposing we wanted to see the members, and let's delete, let's just look at the members here. And we're going to look at the country is not equal to USA. So now we're using some of our comparison operators. So we're saying show me the records where for the first name and last name, where the country is not equal to USA. And here we have 2. If I were to go back and put the country in here, you can see there's the country. Some of the students live in other states than California. So supposing we wanted to see all the students who do live in the United States, but not in California. So we would say where the country is the United States, and we can use the AND keyword, and we're going to look at the state is not equal to California. So here we have a compound condition with our where clause, where the country is the USA and the state is not California. If I were to click go, and let's go put the states back in there. Here we have 2 students, 2 members from Arizona and 1 member from Virginia. We can also look at postal code. It's a number, so we can use a comparison operator. And let me put that field in here. And with our where clause, we will look at postal code. And if we were to say it is less than 90,000, here we have a result set. Supposing we wanted to see, and we're going to use like, and we'll start out with 619 and a percent for our wildcard. So now we're looking at all of the phone numbers that begin with 619. So let's go back and take a look at this again, and let's put the city in here. And you can see they are in different cities. So supposing we wanted to find all of the members whose phone number begins with 619 who live in San Diego. And this is what we mean, we're asking a question. This is called querying the database. So we're looking at a compound where clause, again, where the phone number is 619, and we have city over here equals, and we're going to have San Diego. And here we are. We could have done the opposite. We could have said not equal San Diego. When you developed this table, let me clear all this, and now I can click select all, and it will give me my template back. The advisor ID, remember that was a null field. It was not required. So supposing we wanted to see all of the members who do not have an advisor ID, meaning that field is null. Let's do the first name, the last name, and we'll put the advisor ID there. And let me get some commas in here. I think it will run without those commas, but I like putting them in there. Okay, so where the advisor ID and the phrasing is null. And there is no keyword null here, so you pretty much just need to type it in. So we're looking at where the advisor ID is null. And if we were to load that, here we have 21 records who do not have an advisor ID. Supposing we want to do the opposite. We wanted to see everyone who does have an advisor ID. So the terminology would be is not null. And if we were to run this, Now we see all of these people who have advisor IDs, and there are 33 records total. Supposing we wanted to do a select all, let me clear this, and we wanted to just return the first 10 records. This is the limit clause here, and I can say limit 10, and I will click go, and here we're only returning 10 records. And we'll keep this same query. I'll change my asterisk to first name, last name, and zip. It's not really zip, it's postal code. Supposing we didn't want to show postal code, it's kind of a old-fashioned term here, and supposing we wanted to just say zip. This is the as keyword. It allows us to redefine how a field is going to be displayed. So here's as, and I'm going to need my quotes here, and I'm putting it in double quotes because that's a literal. It's not a table or a field. And we'll leave our limit 10, and we'll click go, and here we can see it says zip. So here the limit always comes last. You're telling the database, because it interprets it logically. This is the query, and then finally you're saying just show us 10. So it has to understand it from a logical perspective. So this is what we will be learning this week. We will be learning how to work with the select statement, the select command, the various clauses, and we will be working with the members table. Next week we will learn how to join tables and perform queries on two tables.